Hello everyone, welcome to Top Finance. Your financial struggles may not solely stem from an inconsistent income. They are also a byproduct of the negative financial habits you've developed. In this video, we're going to unveil 8 habits that could be contributing to your financial stagnation. First on our list, not budgeting. Not budgeting is a financial misstep with far-reaching consequences. It's akin to navigating a ship without a compass. Without a clear view of income and expenses, it's easy to drift into the treacherous waters of overspending and debt. A budget acts as a financial roadmap, guiding you towards your goals while keeping expenditures in check. Without it, you may find yourself spending impulsively, often on non-essential items, which can quickly add up. This lack of financial oversight can lead to a pileup of debt as you may resort to credit cards or loans to cover the shortfall, not realizing the extent of your overspending until it's too late. The interest on this borrowed money compounds the problem, creating a debt cycle that's hard to break. Moreover, without a budget, saving for future goals becomes a challenge, as you're less likely to set aside funds consistently. In essence, not budgeting can keep you from building wealth and leave you perpetually treading water, struggling to keep your financial head above the surface. Habit number 2, living beyond your means. Living beyond one's means is a precarious financial habit that can set a relentless cycle of debt into motion. This pattern emerges when individuals spend more money than they earn, frequently relying on credit cards and loans to bridge the gap. The allure of instant gratification, coupled with the easy accessibility of credit, can make it tempting to purchase goods and services that one cannot afford with current income. This behavior often leads to a deceptive lifestyle inflation where the standard of living is artificially supported by debt rather than actual financial capacity. This habit can severely impact long-term financial stability. Money that could be invested in appreciating assets or saved for emergencies is instead used to service debt. The opportunity cost of this is significant, as it hampers the ability to build wealth, save for retirement, or invest in opportunities that could improve one's financial situation. In essence, living beyond one's means is a short-sighted approach that can jeopardize financial independence and security. Let's dive into our third one, not saving. Neglecting to save is a financial oversight that can leave you exposed to unforeseen emergencies and unprepared for future needs. Savings act as a buffer against life's uncertainties, a financial cushion that can help absorb the shock of unexpected expenses such as medical emergencies, car repairs, or sudden job loss. Without this safety net, you're left in a precarious position, often forced to rely on high-interest credit options that can exacerbate financial strain. The absence of savings also means missing out on the power of compound interest over time. Money saved and invested can grow exponentially, providing not just security, but also the potential for wealth accumulation. By not saving, you forfeit this opportunity, and the long-term impact can be substantial, affecting retirement plans and the ability to afford major life goals like home ownership or higher education. Furthermore, the habit of not saving can perpetuate a paycheck-to-paycheck lifestyle, where financial planning is short-term and reactive rather than proactive. This approach to personal finance can lead to chronic stress and limit your ability to make choices that could improve your life quality. In essence, the practice of regularly setting aside money is not just about creating a financial reserve. It's about establishing a foundation for a secure and flexible financial future. Next, moving up on making only the minimum payments. Making only the minimum payments on credit cards and loans is a habit that can have a deceptively high cost. While it may seem like a manageable way to handle debt, it prolongs the repayment period and significantly increases the amount of interest paid over the life of the debt. Credit card companies often set minimum payments at levels that do little more than cover the interest, causing the principal balance to barely budge. This means that a debt can linger for years, all the while accruing more interest. For example, a credit card balance of $5,000 with an 18% annual interest rate could take over a decade to pay off when only minimum payments are made, and the total amount paid in interest could exceed the original balance itself. This not only ties up future income, but also affects credit utilization ratios, which can impact credit scores. Moreover, by allocating financial resources to paying interest, less money is available for savings or investments that could yield returns. The opportunity cost of not investing or saving that money can be substantial over time. Therefore, paying more than the minimum whenever possible is a crucial strategy for reducing the cost of debt and achieving financial freedom sooner. Number 5, impulsive buying. Impulse buying is a habit that can wreak havoc on one's financial stability and lead to a cycle of regret and frustration. It's the act of purchasing items on a whim, without forethought or consideration of one's budget or needs. This behavior is often fueled by emotional triggers or the immediate gratification that comes from acquiring something new, rather than a genuine requirement for the item. The repercussions of impulse buying are multifaceted. Financially, it can lead to overspending and the depletion of funds that could be better allocated towards savings or debt reduction. When done frequently, it can disrupt financial plans, as money that was earmarked for essential expenses or long-term goals is instead spent on items that may not offer lasting value or satisfaction. The initial thrill of the purchase fades quickly, often leaving behind a sense of buyer's remorse, especially if the purchase leads to financial strain. Moreover, impulse purchases can accumulate over time, contributing to clutter and waste. As these items often do not serve a long-term purpose or bring sustained joy, they can lead to a sense of dissatisfaction with one's spending habits and overall financial management. To avoid the pitfalls of impulse buying, it is crucial to cultivate self-awareness and implement strategies such as setting spending limits, adhering to a budget, and taking time to consider the necessity and utility of a potential purchase before proceeding. Here is a crucial one: not investing. Not investing can be likened to leaving your car in the garage perpetually. It's safe, but it's not fulfilling its potential to take you places. When you confine all your money to low-interest savings accounts, you're choosing security over growth, which can be a prudent choice for short-term funds or an emergency reserve. However, for long-term financial goals, this approach may lead to a significant opportunity cost due to the potential returns you're missing out on from higher-yielding investments. The impact of inflation can't be ignored either. Savings accounts typically don't offer interest rates that keep up with inflation, which means the purchasing power of your money could diminish over time. In contrast, investing in a diversified portfolio that includes stocks, bonds, real estate, or other assets has the potential to provide higher returns that can outpace inflation and contribute to wealth accumulation. By not investing, you're not only losing out on the chance to grow your wealth, but also on the power of compounding, where the returns on your investments generate their own returns. Over time, this effect can significantly increase the value of your investments. It's important to remember that all investments carry risk, and it's essential to choose investment vehicles that align with your risk tolerance and financial goals. Consulting with a financial advisor can help you navigate these decisions and find the right balance between preserving capital and growing your wealth. Habit number 7, accumulating bad debt. Accumulating bad debt, particularly through high-interest loans or credit cards, is a financial hazard that can undermine one's economic well-being. Bad debt is typically associated with purchasing depreciating assets, items that lose value over time, such as cars, electronics, or trendy items that quickly go out of fashion. The depreciation of these assets means that long after the initial pleasure of the purchase has faded, the debt remains, often growing due to high interest rates. The cost of servicing bad debt can consume a significant portion of your income, limiting your ability to save or invest. As the interest on these debts compounds, it can become a growing burden, potentially leading to a cycle of debt if new loans are taken out to pay existing ones. This can also negatively impact your credit score, making it more difficult or expensive to borrow money in the future for more substantial investments like a home or education. Moreover, the psychological stress associated with carrying high levels of bad debt cannot be understated. It can lead to a feeling of being trapped in a financial quagmire where one's resources are funneled into servicing debt rather than building wealth. To avoid the pitfalls of bad debt, it's advisable to prioritize paying off high-interest debts and to consider the long-term value of items before financing them. It's also crucial to build an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses, so you're not forced to rely on credit for emergencies. Habit number 8, educating yourself financially. Not educating yourself about personal finance, investments, and economics is akin to sailing a boat without knowing how to navigate. You're at the mercy of the current and the winds, rather than in control of your destination. Financial literacy is the compass that empowers you to make informed decisions, steer clear of pitfalls, and capitalize on opportunities to grow your wealth. Without a basic understanding of how money works, it's challenging to build a budget that aligns with your goals, to discern good debt from bad, or to invest wisely. The lack of knowledge can lead to missed opportunities, such as not investing in a diversified portfolio that could yield higher returns, or not taking advantage of tax-efficient savings accounts. Moreover, it can make you vulnerable to scams or high-risk ventures that promise high returns without adequate disclosure of the risks involved. In today's world, where financial products and the economic environment are increasingly complex, the cost of financial ignorance can be high. It's not just about missing out on gains, but also about the potential for significant losses. Educating yourself doesn't mean you need to become an expert, but rather competent enough to ask the right questions, understand the answers, and make choices that serve your long-term interests. Resources are plentiful, from books and online courses to seminars and financial advisors, all of which can provide valuable insights and guidance. Taking the initiative to learn about personal finance is an investment in itself, one with the potential to pay dividends throughout your life. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn the notification bell to stay updated with our content. Have a wonderful time. I will see you in the next video.